What up, folks? OpenAirAtheist here. This is the third installment of AtheistBushCraft, or ABC, and in this episode I'm going to be doing a review on the cold steel Tomahawk Trailhawk, which you can see throws pretty nicely. Pretty pleased with its throwing qualities. It's nicely weighted, nicely balanced, great solid handle. Let's take a close look at this baby. So, as you can see here, it's made in Taiwan, but it's made by the American Tomahawk company, which is a little bit odd, I think. But it's good steel, holds a good edge. It's strong. It's not that soft. It works pretty well. If you're going to be chopping thick wood with this, I wouldn't really recommend it unless you have to. I would get a heavier. I would get like an axe or a heavier hatchet, or something along those lines. The cold steel rifleman's hawk will do the job really well, and it's bigger than this one. It's got a bigger head on it. It chops pretty good. Here, let me show you what I was chopping on here before. The stick here, just kind of testing it out. If you look there, you can see it's bouncing around quite a bit, which is a downfall. As far as, thicker pieces of wood like this, you can see all the different strikes because this thing's so light that it bounces up and down. But it's not that bad. It's really not. It's, in a pinch, it's going to get you through. It's a good little survival weapon or survival tool. If you need to chop some sticks like this or logs or whatever, as long as they're not too big, it shouldn't take you all day to do it. And when you're in a survival situation, you don't want to, you want to be careful how much calories you expend. So if you're going to expend a lot of calories chopping a piece of wood, you may not want to do it. You may want to get something a little bigger than this. Well, here, let me just show you something here. So, here we go. So there you have it. What was I going to say? Okay, so is this the best Tomahawk out there? No, it's not. Is it the best bang for your buck? I think so. I paid 30 something with shipping and handling, so it's not bad. Now, I haven't slid this down the handle yet because, say, I got these. It's going against the grain under here, and it's hard to slide down. I've got to try to get that out of there. So when this handle breaks, this head will just slide down the end of the handle, and so I could make another one on the spot. This head will come off, and you can use it to, skin some bark or whatever, or, shape you something like maybe a spear, or I don't know, something, another handle for this, or you can do all kinds of bushcraft stuff with this. It's great for that. Another thing I like about it is, I know I was just complaining about how light it was, but that's good because, again, you want to watch your calorie expenditure when you're in a survival situation, and if you're carrying something heavy, that's going to expend more calories. You're going to sweat more. You're going to lose valuable liquid. You may not be, there may not be a lot of water available to you depending on where you're at. So this is good. This is a good survival tool. The Native Americans used stone ones, and they did okay. So this is even better. As you can see, it's got a nice hammer head there on the back. Works pretty good. Good for tent pegs, or if you're chopping something big and you just about, got it chopped in half, you can just, bam, you can just hit it with this and it'll pop it right out for you. So it's good. It's a good tool. I like it. It does the little jobs. As far as splitting firewood, another good thing about this is, though, you know, if you're trying to split something bigger, then this thing can chop without expending a lot of calories. You can always take the handle off, hit the top of it right here, and use it as a wedge. So that's good. You know, you could take a log and hit it on the top of there, and it'll work as a great wedge. So I like it. It's good. It's good if you have a little flint rod. You can strike the flint rod on there and start you a fire. So that's a good thing. Unfortunately, I'm not able to start a fire where I'm at. So maybe in the future I'll do a demonstration on that. But yeah, this is a well worth the money for, I think, maybe $35 or so that I spent on it with shipping and handling. Again, it's probably not the best Tomahawk out there, but it is going to do the job. It's what you're going to need. It's good if you're throwing. However, I want to say, if you're throwing this, you're going to break a handle. You're going to break this handle eventually. So my recommendation is to keep this handle. Don't throw this thing while you're using this handle. Go out in the woods, find you a stick, and make you a handle specifically for throwing. The last thing you want to do is be out in a survival situation and start horsing around and throwing this thing around, especially if this is your only blade. I mean, I would hope that you're not dumb enough to go out in the woods with just this. I would hope you bring at least a pocket knife or something. So that's the deal. Make yourself an extra handle, something that you're just going to use specifically for throwing, and you should do just fine. And that way you always have this as a backup. This is great because it's a long, I think it's a 22-inch handle. So this is great for if you're, you know, it's long enough to where you get that extra momentum to, you know, the extra thrust to chop things, which is what you need. So I would utilize this handle as a purely chopping handle. So I'm actually gonna make a new handle for this at some point. Maybe in a later video I'll do a little tutorial on how to make a new handle for this on the spot in the wilderness. I don't want to do that right now. I just don't have the time, and I don't want this video to be more than 10 minutes. So with that said, folks, Cold Steel Trailhawk, I'd recommend buying it if you're looking for a good survival tool, something to take along hiking in case you get lost, or you know, you're going camping and you want to use this for kindling or whatever. Good deal on that. Again, tent pegs, hammer in the back. It's awesome. So I'm pleased with it. All right, folks. Thanks for watching.